Yo, what up YouTube? It's DX here. Yeah, kind of rocking a new look. I do this every so often. But just wanted to kind of chime in on all the new trailers that just got dropped from San Diego Comic-Con. And first off, no, I didn't get a chance to go. I wanted to, but time and money just didn't allow for me to go. But I just want to say, I love it. Do want to go one day. And now, here's my thoughts on what's going to happen as far as the MCU goes. And one little thing that I'm really surprised no one is talking about in any of the breakdown trailers or even mentioning, and it's DC. The first thing is about DC and the Justice League trailer. Yeah, when they're doing the slow motion, hero scenes and everything, and you have obviously Jeremy Irons voicing over. At least I think it's Jeremy Irons. It might be somebody else. But he's definitely voicing over, the whole. He's in the trailer. And I actually had to listen to this a couple of times because at first I thought he was saying no Atlanteans. But no. In the trailer, he's clearly saying no lanterns. That's right. And no Superman. So what does this mean? Well, to me it means, yeah, you guys are going to go up against obviously Darkseid, and you're not going to have your two biggest powerhouses at your disposal, namely Green Lantern and Superman. Now, if Justice League ends up being a two-part movie, which I'm kind of thinking it has to be, really haven't heard too much about Justice League and the plot points or anything else like that. But yeah, the first half, we got not all the founding members, but we got the Batman assembled team getting their butts handed to them, and then Superman and Hal, could be Kyle, maybe even Jon Stewart. Oh, but if you really want to just go with WTF, Guy Gardner, or hell, Sinestro, showing up, and then the second movie is, just one giant fight. All right, now moving on to Marvel and the MCU. All right, so let's see. Gotta try to make this quick, because this is a really long, lengthy thing. But okay, we all know Sony and Fox and everybody else like that own the rights to Marvel characters: Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men, and pretty much everything that's associated with it. And we know that all those studios hate each other, and they don't want to work together. They don't want to do anything together, But here's the thing. All right, we've got confirmation that in the Captain Marvel movie, the Skrulls will be the main bad guy protagonists in the movie. Okay, we also know that Captain Marvel, well, okay, maybe we all don't know, but I do. Captain Marvel, her powers and ability actually come from an alien race known as the Kree, who are the sworn enemies of the Skrulls. Yes, we've touched on the Krees in Guardians of the Galaxy. Ronan the Executioner, he's a Kree. But little known is that the Kree are actually peaceful and exploratory in nature. So, yeah, they sent someone who, by the way, is named Captain Marvel, to Earth to study Earth and all that other fun stuff. And he's behind me right now. So, okay. Anyways, sent to Earth. Stuff happens. Transfers part of his powers into Jessica Drake, who is Miss Marvel. And hold on, be right back. Okay, sorry about that. So anyways, yeah, stuff happens. His powers get transferred into Jessica Drake, who become Captain Marvel. There's actually 4 different Captain Marvels, but the main one that's being focused on is the one that's from Civil War. All right, so now that that's covered up, or not covered up, but covered. Next up. Okay, so we know the Avenger movies are called the Infinity Wars. Sorry, you can't have a war with a bunch of people just going up against one bad guy. That's not going to be any fun. We know the Infinity Wars is 2 parts. First part, Thanos gets the Infinity Gauntlet. Ends with him putting the final Infinity Stone in the gauntlet. And this is my prediction of how it's going to break down. We see the last stone going into place, and close up on Thanos' face with a smirk and a grin and everything else like that. And then we just hear a thunder crack. Fades to black. Credits start rolling. Okay? Now, we all know Marvel is very infamous about doing post-credit scenes. We've gotten 3 from the last few movies. So this is what I'm thinking. It fades to black. Then it cuts back to a wide shot of Thanos and a giant white background, portal-ish kind of looking thing. And he says, "I don't dirty my hands with little insignificant fleas." That's what I have these for. Now we think we're going to see Thanos' Dark Cabal. Or I think that's what they're called. I'm not really sure. But we think we're going to see them come flying out. Could be. Might be. But more importantly, I think it's going to be the X-Men. And it's going to be Fantastic Four. Now, okay. Here's my theory on this. The reason why is because every time Marvel is about to do something big, huge, or just outright WTF, they show it through the video games first. Now, this is one thing I've also noticed no one talks about. Why is it that when it comes to Marvel video games, we have the entire lineup? We've got the Fantastic Four, we've got the Avengers, we've got the X-Men, we got everything. Now, my biggest clue and hint to this might be what's going to happen in Infinity Wars is, and it's going to sound stupid, but I play Marvel Future Fight on iOS, and recently they just introduced the Inhumans story arc, and they introduced the X-Men story arc. Now, we both know Inhumans and X-Men are all linked together through the Fantastic Four. Both, more times than not, have been crossing over into each other's paths, you know, more than we can count. So, with that being said, my theory is that Marvel's Avengers Infinity War Part 2 is going to be just an all-out brawl movie between the Avengers, Fantastic Four, and X-Men. Now, which Avengers, or not Avengers, which X-Men and which Fantastic Four we're going to get, I'm not sure. But with everything that's going on, and the Easter eggs are all over the place. I mean, why would Marvel suddenly just put out the Inhumans? You know, why would they suddenly build the Defenders, which, by the way, is actually a comic book line, and it's actually called the Secret Defenders. They're brought together by Doctor Strange. He gathers 4 random heroes and throws them together and says, "You are now the Secret Defenders." Okay, but we've got the Defenders. I mean, look at the rundown of what Marvel's done. Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Shield, now the Inhumans. They always give us the introduction to someone or to something that is going to play a pivotal role. Okay? Coulson. Who the hell knew who Coulson was before, the first Iron Man movie? No one. But, yeah. Marvel's getting back X-Men, Fantastic Four, and they're bringing them out in the Avengers Infinity War movies. Because why would they bring out Stan Lee and say, "Oh, by the way, he's actually a watcher." That's why he's in every single Marvel movie ever made, even though it's not really Marvel. Okay? And this is confirmed. Stan Lee has been cameoed in every single Marvel movie that's been put out by a major studio since the late 90s. So, anyways, that's my quick rant. That's my quick breakdown, theory, everything. And we'll find out if I'm right whenever Avengers Infinity War comes out. But I guarantee you there's still going to be more stuff that's going to point to Marvel getting the Fantastic Four and X-Men into the M.C.U. In Thor Ragnarok when it comes out. And, oh, by the way, the other thing, Sci-Fi Channel's The Gifted, Legion, those are 2 shows. Directly reference the X-Men. So, yeah, it's happening. It's gonna happen, and just look for the hints. They're there. They're actually pretty blatant if you think about it. So, yeah. This is your boy DX. Peace.